information to share with you guys. We all know that the APC has been quiet for some time since after the Chicago State University released the documents they released. The APC refused to like come out to address Nigerians to talk about it. They've been quiet all this while, thinking that they thinking that maybe after some time the thing will start sinking down. But you can see that on a daily basis, the outrage is there because Nigerians cannot withstand what they are seeing today. It's like something strange happened, and really is a strange thing for us. So people have been saying all kinds of things, and lately the APC has come out to say never did he forge any certificate. He didn't forge. It was a ceremony, that the certificate is a ceremonial document. It does not matter. You can design it the way you want. Nigerians, did he really forged a certificate? The answer is yes. The answer is yes. That certificate that was issued to INEC was forged. What kind of explanation do we want again? The CSU registrar came out to say that he actually graduated from our university, but the copy of the certificate he gave to INEC isn't from us. We weren't the one that gave him that document. So we don't know where it came from. And then one keep asking, where did he get the document from? Assuming his document was stolen, where did he get what he gave to INEC, what he submitted to INEC? Where did he get it? The APC members are now coming out to say that he could get it from anywhere. You have the right to design it the way you want. That the university says, yeah, you can get it. It's a ceremonial document. You can just get it and you could just design it the way you want and use it the way you want. So guys, there is something these people fail to understand. There are actually websites online where you can go and design your certificate. But you know, that certificate you are designing does not in any way reflect the original, as in you can't issue it in place of the original certificate. Assuming you are seeking for an admission and you are asked to bring an original document, you can't submit the one that you design on a website. These ones that are being designed could be used for, you know, this theater acts and other things like that, or you want to hang it in your office, or you just want to use it for a casual purpose, not for a very serious purpose, like for somebody who is vying for a political position. And INEC said you have to submit documents, and you just went and got it from anywhere and submitted to INEC. Remember, they were saying that if the CSU should release this document, that is going to cause them an irreparable harm. That was what they are trying to hide. When they told Nigerians, when they told the lawyer, the judge, that they shouldn't release this document because it's going to affect the personality of the sitting president, it's because they knew that what is with INEC is different from what could be gotten from the CSU. And we all know that, yes, Atiku went to the CSU. The CSU said they don't have the original document, the original copy of his certificate. And the APC is arguing now that, okay, since the Chicago State University is saying they don't have the original, how did we come to know that he forged his certificate when we don't have any other document to like compare with what he submitted to INEC? Nigerians, to find out that these people are taking us for granted. The person that signed this, the certificate submitted to INEC wasn't even one of the persons, wasn't even a member of the CSU. Years before this period, she was not even a member. She was not even a staff. She was not even working there. But she is one of the persons that her signature is on that certificate submitted to INEC. And one keep wondering. So today there was one post that somebody posted on Twitter. The person was like referring to a guy that they said was the one that gave the sitting president that certificate is submitted to INEC. Well, that information is not very much verified. So I thought it wouldn't be that okay to like bring it up here. But what I'm trying to say is that Nigerians, the question we are asking, the APC is coming out to like say that the president did not forge anything. The question is, where did he get the documents that he submitted to INEC? Where did he get that certificate? That certificate that has how many signatories on it, that is different from what the original copy is supposed to be. Where did he get that document? And for people who are like saying that, oh, Atiku embarked on a futile adventure, that what he went to the US to do, he just came back empty-handed. Like I said last night, they are just trying to change the narrative. You know, the media is very powerful. By the time they keep saying it that he didn't forge, he didn't forge, you find out that it will become something that people will just accept, you know, unintentionally. People will just accept it. But when we keep putting out the truth, they're telling Nigerians that actually this certificate was forged. Possibly he couldn't lay hold on the old ones, but we still know there are a lot of controversies, a lot of discrepancies. The transcript has a female gender while he is a male. He told us that the certificate from government college that he submitted to CSU is from government college in Lagos that he claimed he graduated from in the year 1970. This government college was instituted in the year 1974. So people keep asking, should we now accept that because the APC is coming to like lay claim, oh, he didn't forge, he didn't forge, he didn't forge. Anyway, I've got some clips to play so that we all can analyze this together. Let's take a look at this video.
Hello, Mr. President. You know, anybody that has the liver to forge documents. So you forged a whole school certificate? How were you able to sleep at night? And we're not just talking about forgery, we are also talking about possible identity theft. Now we know why he didn't want the gender on his documents reviewed. You is your guy, Adiola. I'm okay. I'm trying not to cry. That a whole president. By the way, how can somebody that forged documents become a president? Or allegedly, let me say allegedly. How can somebody like that become a president? Especially in Nigeria, a very religious country where everybody crucified a young girl that forged a jam result. The surprising thing is some of the same people that said what that girl did was wrong are now making excuses for my father. Tinubu, you see, Nigerian politics can make people forget what is right, what is wrong.
One thing Nigerians need to know is that in that certificate, because it's ceremonial, you even have the right to redesign it to your own taste. That is the truth. What is important is the transcript.
Redesign it to your own taste.
Absolutely. You can Google it. It's out there. They advertise it out there in the US. If you have lost your certificate, we can get it back for you.
Uncle Eberolong, why are you trying to confuse people, mixing lies with the truth? It's not like that. So he said what is important is transcript. Don't you know that anybody can design transcript as well? You know, there are websites where you can design a diploma, a certificate, you know, and transcript. If you are acting drama, for example, or you are doing movie and you need a certificate to use in your movie, you can also do fake ones for your family members, especially if they want to fill the seal on the diploma. You know, like if your parents want to hang your diploma in their house in order to say, that is my daughter's diploma, you know, to bragado, mamilo graduate. Or if you want to blow it up and hang it on your office wall, you know, you want it to look like the original one but oversized. But even those websites, my people, like Valleygrad, for example, have disclaimers all over their sites that this is not real. Look at this this one, they wrote, it should be made clear that these are not real diplomas or transcripts. We are not an educational institution and cannot be used for accreditation. The reason they said that they are not an educational institution is because you are supposed to go to an educational institution to get valid copy of your transcript or your certificate. And before you check out, you have to click that you agree that you will not use this site for any illegal purposes. By the way, see how much they are charging. $109 when you can get authentic one for $26. And then they said add transcript for $60. I mean, it cost me $7 to get my authentic transcript.
So, guys, you can see that the truth is really coming up now. The man that spoke before, the APC man, he said this document is a ceremonial document. You can redesign it to your own taste. You can redesign it, but you can't use it to seek for admission. It can't replace the original copy of your own result. It cannot. You can just redesign it for ceremonial purposes, like I said initially. Assuming you are celebrating something and you want people to like see your certificate. Maybe your daughter graduated as a medical doctor, and you are like organizing a celebration party for her. You want to redesign her certificate and hang it somewhere so that people will come and see, wow, she got a first class and all that, just to like celebrate with you. That is what these websites do. But people will then go there, redesign their certificates, and come to an institution like INEC and submit it. And still, the APC has the guts to tell Nigerians that this certificate was not forged. Instead of them to have come out by now to like apologize to Nigerians, or even the sitting president is supposed to have come out to like address Nigeria and say, okay, I've heard what is happening, because this issue, whether you like it or not, is affecting Nigerians real, as in it's really affecting Nigerians all over the world. People are suffering for what they do not. That is where we are today. And you see the APC man, I don't know if you've watched most of them that come out to speak in media houses. They come out with this boldness to like intimidate the people, to force us to accept this narrative that this document was not forged. This document was forged. The CSU said this one that INEC is having didn't come from us. So where did it come from? It came from somewhere. And for the fact that it came from somewhere else, and they presented it to INEC that it came from the CSU, for the fact that the CSU has rejected that document submitted to INEC, that is just the end of the matter. We don't even need to be prolonging these issues. Yesterday, I shared with you guys, if you were here with us on our live show with Dr. Tel, there was this tweet we shared with you that Festus Kayamo tweeted and said, if you submit whether WAEC or any other document that is forged, you are out, you are in for disqualification. That was how he wrote it, that you must be disqualified. That was Festus Kayamo's tweet in 2019. And now it has hooked the APC. None of them is coming out to talk again. They don't even know how to manage this situation. And for them, they feel they can just come out and just paint a different narrative. Nigerians, let's wake up, let's understand the truth, and let's stand with the truth. We cannot turn blind eyes to what is happening. This document was forged, and they are forcing it on us to accept that it was not forged, as if nobody has brain in Nigeria. Can you imagine? The man said this document is a ceremonial document. You can design it to your own taste. Honestly, we have outgrown this stage. This is what these people fail to understand. We've outgrown this stage. This document was forged for the fact that it was submitted to INEC. If he had not submitted it to INEC, now CSU has said, yes, he attended our school, the matter would have died there, But for the fact that he submitted a document that is untraceable, the source we don't still know, to INEC, that alone has disqualified him, meaning that that document was forged.
from my school, unless I'm using this for nostalgia, or I'm making something up. I really don't need it unless I'm acting a movie. More importantly, this technology was not even in existence when Tinubu was running for governor in Lagos and he submitted fake, well, they said we should not say fake, but it is fake certificates to INEC. It's okay if you support somebody. It's okay if you support Tinubu or you support Peter Obi or whatever. But if your candidate should do something that is wrong, you should be able to say, Haba, this one is wrong. Maybe you guys love me. I'm your girl. But if I should do something wrong, won't you tell me? My father said that he lost his bachelor's certificate. Are praying for you, both young and old. Say no, Nigerians are in love with you because you did something that no judge in Nigeria has ever done, to categorically tell a sitting president, screw you and your petition. Sorry, that's not what she said. I'm sorry. She said the court cautions President Tinubu that any further request for a stay before this court will be denied. That is to say, was my friend Miofejo, do not come back here. My verdict will not change. I was like, irony. It shocked me. We're all shocked. Because in Nigeria, you can't just talk to a president like he or she is a human being. You treat them as if they are gods. Anyways, for those who are wondering, the school released all kinds of documents for our President Tinubu. First of all, the secondary school GCE that he submitted to Southwest College, where he got his associate degree 2 years before attending Chicago State University in 1975, was a 1970 GCE A-level result, stating that he graduated from Government College in Lagos. Now, the problem is, Government College in Lagos was not established until 1974. God, this man graduated before he used before he started school. I'm telling you, some of you think you are brilliant. Let me tell you, Alhaji is not just brilliant. He's super smart. The man is a genius. I mean, for somebody to graduate before the school even starts tells you his own level of brilliance, his own level of smartness. He's from another world. Nobody you be that. Seriously trouble. Also, that GCE results had grades in chemistry, biology, and physics. But the man is an accountant. He must have been in commercial class or art class because he never mentioned that he did science in secondary school. But maybe he was in science class in secondary school. I don't know. It's just that if somebody wants to be an accountant, for example, they
but they should not do the same.
Yes, so guys, a lot of things. She was just talking about, the subjects that he offered during his secondary school. They are different from actually the line that he studied. I mean, the choice that he made during his university days. But that's not even the topic. We are now trying to tell the whole world that the document that was submitted to INEC was forged. No matter what the APC is coming out to tell Nigerians, there is a problem somewhere. There is a big question mark somewhere. So no matter the narrative they are painting, because I've seen since yesterday and today, many of them have been visiting media houses and, they keep saying, no, he didn't forge. No, he didn't forge. But I tell you, he forged because the one he said he got from the CSU, I mean, the one he submitted to INEC, the CSU has disowned it. So where did it come from? And if he had gotten it from elsewhere and claim it was from the CSU, it means that's forgery. That's forgery. We cannot but say the truth. Let's stick
You
to
see,
the truth.
I'm not assuming the rule of the Supreme Court, but they should not do the same. They must not come and tell us here that we have become a nation now. There are no judges in our Supreme Court who understand the essence of jurisprudence, who understands that being a final court of policy, they have automatic powers to do and undo. Why do they have court rules? Why would they come and even start telling us that we're telling them about a global shame for all of us? And they're trying to tell us that their main escape route is legalese. Did they produce a document that the school could certify? The school said they couldn't. In black and white, the school said it's a Nigerian thing. The school said, oh, they can't even go into the entry requirement. If you were not qualified to have entered in the first instance, whatever certificate you're even claiming you got from there is null and void. The school could not explain in clear terms because of the kind of school they are. They couldn't even say that it was a woman that came in or it was a man and this was what happened. They couldn't even own their own their own bullshit, if I may use, pardon my friend.
Sorry,
Yes.
that's a strong language.
It's a strong language. It has
on television,
to be.
it's unacceptable on television.
They couldn't even lick their own vomit. The food they cooked, they couldn't eat. Why do I say that? The school said, we have a couple of vendors who will help us to print whatever they print. And because we are such a school of that nature, we don't have a format, we don't have a way of verifying, we don't have a way of authenticating even the ones that you're saying. We didn't issue that certificate. We don't know where he got it from. He could have gotten it from El Dorado or even from Oluwole, very close to his house in Lagos. And you think that decent people will not have this conversation. I ask you, Sheon, flip it back. If this had been maybe, I don't want to use President Buhari's name, if this had been Mamadou Jallo, that was the president that was bringing this kind of document, do you know how the media would have hounded him? Do you think it was easy for, what's that guy's name, the former speaker, Salisu Buhari? Do you think it was easy for him as a young man to come and say, I'm sorry, I told a lie and left the scene? Do you know what is called the Bushido Code? The Japanese have a Bushido Code that was similar to the code of the Yorubas. When a leader misbehaves to a certain level, the Yorubas tell you, go and open the calabash. That means go and commit suicide. Because we have a phrase that said, death is better than dishonor. How can this man sit down here and be telling me jargons? Look, my brother, the court will do what the court has to do. I'm not impugning the justices. I have all of the confidence in them that on the strength of it, they will look. But let nobody come and start to prepare the mind of the Nigerians as though the court has not even listened to it.
Right.
Did we go all the way to America to go and fish? No, we didn't.
Right.
We went to America because we were very convinced that something was not right. And even when we went there together, you know what they said? They said they would suffer irreparable damage. The document they should have simply produced if they had it. And they were dancing left, dancing right, running up and down the place until we dragged it out of them, and everybody now knows them. They are funnies.
Yeah, so guys, you can see that the APC is just trying to paint a different narrative from the reality on ground. So Atiku granted, he had a press conference yesterday. And one of the things he said that yesterday, you can see what I have on my screen there. He said, I snubbed governors Tinubu sent to beg me after election. I will not stop fighting until Supreme Court rules. So this is one of the things that he said. Meaning that these people, I don't know, they are just trying to, grab power, to stay there, even though they know they are not qualified to be there. Even when they know they did not get there, following the right process. And this one now is on their neck. They don't know how to get over it. And that is why we are just believing that the judiciary, you've heard what the man that just spoke said, because the judiciary is another factor that we have to consider. The judiciary, would they see red now and paint it green, or they will see green and paint it white? We don't know. We are just hoping that they will dig into this matter, standing on neutral grounds, as in not being partisan, not being a member of the APC or the PDP, or you want to defend any of the parties. No. Come out clean and clear and do justice to this case. Somebody submitted to INEC a certificate that we don't know where he got it from. And the Constitution says, if should anybody submit any document that is forged, the person should be disqualified. So Nigerians are saying that the sitting president should be disqualified. So guys, I'm going to play this video for you to see what an APC member is saying. Just see how unrelaxed they are. They are ready to fight
Allegations
and
against
shout
him
just to
that
paint
he
the wrong narrative.
allegedly forged the certificate he submitted to INEC, allegations that are being made by his opponent, Atiku Abubakar.
It's very simple. Those who are talking about forgery don't even know what forgery means. They don't even understand the basic principle of forgery. What is forgery? What exactly is forgery? Well, for me, what I see here is beyond legality. I see a bit of behavioral defect. I see a lot of irrationality in the way the PDP presidential candidate is carrying on. What did he go to do in Chicago University? to see if Asiwaju ever attended the university. He got there, they told him, yes, he was our student. He had to go further to say, okay, he submitted a certain paper to INEC. That paper is inconsistent with what they have. And they told him, we don't even keep copies of these original copies of this diploma. So we don't even know what the original looks like. So we can't even certify this is fake.
I don't think they said they don't know what.
Oh, yeah, because they don't keep a copy. It is difficult to identify the original because they don't keep copies. So if they don't keep copies, how are they going to corroborate the allegation?
The point here.
The point I'm making, let me just quickly make my point.
Make your point.
Let me make my point. The point I'm making basically here is not even about whether he submitted a certain document to INEC or not. They are trying to create an emotional situation whereby people will see Asiwaju as being fraudulent. That's what they are trying to do. I want to ask them, when he was governor, was this same paper submitted or not? When he was senator, was this same paper submitted or not? I remember very well in 1999, Gani Fahimi was all over the place against him. It wasn't as if the case was quashed, there was a judgment or something like that. So I don't even understand what Atiku Abubakar is trying to put across. One, I want to ask you, was this forgery issue part of the preliminary plea that went to the tribunal, the tribunal upon which judgment was given? If no, so what is trying to do now is to say, okay, I want to open another plethora of evidence and argument that the forgery is now my claim. You look at it. You see, for those of you who know law, I have spoken to about 15 lawyers. 3 of them were my childhood friend who will never lie to me, and their son. And they told me basically that if I understand what the proverbial statement of a camel passing through the eye of a needle means, that this is one of it. You understand? So Atiku Abubakar wants to see the way he was name calling. Kwankwaso, come to my aid. Obi, come to my aid. What is he trying to do? He's going beyond, he's burning the bridge. He's going beyond politics. He's struggling to discredit Asiwaju's person. He's struggling. Unfortunately for him, that guy is smarter by miles. I can't understand if in this day and age, for a man who started politics in 1992, who started elective aspiration in 1992. In 2023, you are now talking of a certain certificate submitted to INEC.
Yeah.
Are we talking logic?
You know something, Otumba, that there are things in law that are called facts, which it's got nothing to do. You can have all the emotions around things, but facts are facts.
Secret, yes.
And courts are there to establish facts, and evidence is submitted based on facts.
Exactly.
Now, according to the deposition,
yes,
which we have read, and I presume you have at least scanned through.
Yes, very correct.
It's very, very clear that the university says that they do not have any hand or stake in whatever document was submitted to INEC. It is not consistent with what they give out.
I didn't see that part. You saw that part.
So the point that is being made is this. I don't know if you went to school in America.
No, I
went to university in America, so I can tell you that in America, they concession out because of the volume sometimes.
Correct.
The giving of for sort of certificates and so on. But those certificates are bound by the rules and regulations of the school. Okay. You don't just go off on a tangent and do your own. I mean, that would be ridiculous, wouldn't it? There are rules and regulations. Signatures must be consistent. The colors must be consistent. The font, everything is consistent with what the university
does. Were there any
does.
points of consistency between the one with INEC and the one claimed by the university?
Well, the point is that the allegation,
because the signatures were regular.
The allegation is that there is an inconsistency, and the registrar of the university, Caleb Westberg, made it clear in his deposition that there are inconsistencies. What I'm trying to understand is this: you've talked about Tinubu and his antecedents, and the kind of person he's been, and so on, and the things he's done. I mean, I have to admit that this whole thing sounds enormously mysterious to me and almost perverse and borders on some form of masochism or self-harm, where he appears to be inflicting pain and humiliation upon himself. I mean, what is your theory about what might have happened? Is it likely that he lost his original certificate and just went ahead and put in a fake document?
I do not know that, and nobody knows that. Everybody is conjecturing whatever suits them.
It's not conjecture.
It is.
We're talking about facts.
It is. Look, what are we saying? You are twisting facts.
I'm not twisting.
Yes, so guys, you got the question. He was asking him that, is it that he lost his certificate and just like quickly got it from anywhere available? And he could not answer the question. So it's like these people have not even discussed with the president before coming out to say all these things, because they need to ask him question, Mr. Man, where did you get this certificate? So that if I go to the media house, I'll be able to present things right. So they don't even know the source of the document. And they are telling us that it's not forgery. It's not forgery. Can you imagine you just waking up and going to submit a document saying that you got it from the Lagos State University and you submitted it to INEC, and the Lagos State University is saying, no, we don't know anything about this certificate you submitted to INEC. And then you still claim that it's not forgery. That is pure forgery. And like I said yesterday, this is Festus Kayam. You can see this tweet. He tweeted it long ago, since 2019. And today is really hurting them. By the definition of school certificate or its equivalent in section 318 of the 1999 Constitution, you don't need a WAEC certificate to become president of government. But if you present a forged WAEC or other certificate to INEC for any office, you will be disqualified. That is Festus Keyamo, one of the spokespersons to the sitting president. This is a tweet he tweeted long ago, and now this tweet is like haunting them. I think for me, they've got no hiding place, except if our judges are not ready to like rule and based on what is in the Constitution, except they are not ready to follow the Constitution. That is the only time they can uphold the presidency of this current administration, the current president. But if they really want to follow the Constitution says anybody that submits a forged certificate should be disqualified. And that's why Nigerians are saying that this president should just be disqualified. It's not even a matter of him leaving office, because if he just steps down, possibly Shetima will want to claim to become the next president. So Nigerians are saying it's better he's disqualified, because once you submit a forged certificate like that of Bayelsa that we all know, the former one of the governors from Bayelsa State, he left office because his vice had a forged document, and only on that ground was he asked to leave office. So it cannot be different. And we also saw Mesoma, who was, disgraced. It's not as if anybody supports her going to forge her JAM number or her JAM score. Nobody is in support of that. But, the way her own, she was even invited to the House of Assembly. The media captured her and it was all over the places. So if Nigerians are saying that this president should be disqualified, I don't think it's really too much of a demand, but I think that's the right thing we should be looking at now. So the APC, they are like coming out to just make empty claims, if I'm to say.
Are very good at twisting facts, including Atiku and all of you, including even you, Charles, and Arise TV to a large extent, apart from Ruben Abati, who brought out the issues in the most logical sequence. I respect him for that. Now, the registrar of CSU has admitted and confirmed that they do.
So he's trying to say that it's only Ruben Abati that is defending the APC. He brings out his own facts, in the right way. But he's like saying that Rufai and every other person in Arise TV, they are not saying the right thing. The APC, once you don't speak in their favor, they see you as an enemy, even when what you are saying is right. Provided it doesn't favor them, they just tag
Not
you to the
really give any strict policy over replacement certificates, and such can be gotten from recognized vendors.
Yes,
An approach
recognized vendors.
Tinubu might have used. I don't see. I'm not a lawyer, and I'm not here to tell you. I'm not here to tell you that Tinubu submitted, Asiwaju or President of Nigeria submitted a fake document or an original document. My argument is very simple, and it's going to be predicated on morality, it's going to be predicated on rational behavior, it's going to be predicated on political behavior. Now, you have come to the Nigerian tribunal. They have told you your case, your pleas lacked merit. Now, you went to Chicago because you feel that there's still an issue you want to press. I want to ask you, in your capacity as a lawyer, Charles, now those issues they are brought from Chicago, where are they going to smuggle the evidence? Is the Supreme Court going to say, okay, come and plead fresh evidence here on this matter? Or the Supreme Court is going to look at the structural litigation that are taking place in the lower court and say, okay, this is right, this is right. If your answer to me as a learned person is no, then we don't have business discussing this too far. Let them go to Supreme Court. Let Supreme Court tell us exactly what they want to do since they are in charge. What we should be talking about here is the fact that Atiku Abubakar today was on TV. He was trying to gather emotions. He was trying to say, look, I stand a moral ground today in this country to see that our leaders must be accountable, probity, and all of that. This is a man in this, out of all the politicians that exist in this country, is the only one that lacked moral justification to talk about moral sanctity, integrity, or anything. As a vice president, Obasanjo gave his scorecard. Nobody could have taken him for 1 pence. He didn't rise against those very heinous statements made against him, but he found it now easy to say, Kwankwaso, come and join me, Obi, come and join me. No. You cannot talk about morality when you are highly immoral.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, Obasanjo said he's the most corrupt human being God created.
I need to bring you back to the point. I need to bring you back to the issue here because we've got very little time left.
Let's go on.
How will the APC and people like yourself who are part of supporters of Tinubu,
yes,
how do you aim to address the legacy of all this? We've gone beyond the stage of sort of shouting and making a lot of gesticulations and so on. Because we're dealing with facts.
So, guys, this man was asking that I don't think I've shouted at you. Have I? Meaning that upon all this vibration, he didn't even realize that he was really vibrating. You can see the desperation. They just want to cover this, but I think we've passed the stage. They can't really cover this. You can see how he's vibrating and shouting, and he's saying he doesn't think he has shouted.
I'm wondering how you will try to reframe the narrative, because it seems a very, very clear situation. First of all, the Supreme Court, there is precedent to show that the Supreme Court, in certain cases where it might affect the fundamental material nature of the appeal, that they allow new evidence to come in.
When we get to the bridge, we cross it.
Yeah,
but I can tell you for a fact that we are not seeing the danger you are seeing. That's the irony of this whole idea. We are comfortable. We are okay. The APC feels vindicated, justified, and all right that our president is morally upright. You are the one that is seeing.
You've made that point.
Yes.
And I want to thank you very much indeed for coming in to talk to us about it. And Otumba Biodun Ajiboye is an APC chieftain and member of the now dissolved Tinubu Presidential Campaign Council. Thank you very much indeed.
So quickly, why?
So guys, I wanted people to hear that last comment that he made so quickly. Why? He wanted to stay more to like keep shouting because I didn't even deduct anything from all he has said. He's just there to like say that the certificate wasn't forged, the certificate, but couldn't really prove his ground. That somebody submitted a document to INEC and the school you claim issued it has come out to say, we didn't issue it. What kind of explanation again does the APC want? Nigerians, let's not allow what happened during the tribunal to happen because they kept coming out to tell us then that there is no way Tinubu will be disqualified. And all the prayers, both that of Peter Obi and Atiku, were all thrown into the trash bin. Till today, we didn't really see, any backing from the constitution. They were just like ruling on the basis of what they felt, or how they felt. So that is just it. And we won't allow that. They should look into this issue and tell to Nigerians, tell us who is actually our president.
Male, female. So other issues have come up.
1970
So,
as opposed to
male. So other issues have come up.
1970 as
So
opposed to
I don't know when those documents are released. They will cause irreparable harm. And of course, we're wondering. But with that document now, we have seen a number of other things. Government College Lagos.
Government College Ibadan.
Male, female. So other issues have come up.
1970
So
as opposed to
I don't know whether that was what they were alluding to when we were talking of calculable or irreparable harm to their client, in this case, the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
The truth of Atiku Abubakar is also true that that document was not the one that was issued by CSU. So that means there's forgery. So let's move from there so that we don't continue to live in this issue of is it true or not. It is true that that document is fake. It is forged. So what do we do? That is what has been said based on the document that you can see, the deposition that is certified.
Let's allow the courts to rule it.
Yeah, female.
Yes, so guys, this guy that spoke last nailed it, for the fact that the deposition said that this document didn't emanate from us. It means that it was forged. It was forged. So we don't even need to talk much on this matter because the CSU has testified under oath saying that the copy of certificate Tinubu submitted to INEC wasn't issued by us. Then where did he get it? Because he claims it's from the CSU, but the CSU has disowned it. So it's just a case of forgery. No matter what, because the APC is all over the media house. They just want to change the narrative, to capture the minds of people and then force the wrong information into them. And then people will start working with that understanding that maybe this person is just being crucified for nothing. No, it's not a matter of crucifying him for nothing. The document is submitted to INEC, was forged, and the Constitution says if you submit a forged document, you should be disqualified. That is what Festus Kayamo even tweeted from the Constitution. He tweeted this and even added a section of the Constitution to it just to back it up. So it's not as if he just brought it from the thin air to share with people. This is it from the Constitution. All we know is that the document that was issued to INEC was forged. It was forged. So when the Supreme Court judges start ruling, they shouldn't rule the way they ruled during the tribunal, that they took hours, 12 hours, to rule on an issue that at the end of the day, Nigerians were so dissatisfied with that kind of judgment. We don't want it. They should be plain. They should be plain and look into this matter like patriotic citizens of Nigeria. This case is all over the places. You must have heard what our nurses in the UK are going through now. Some of our nurses are being asked to retake exams that some of them genuinely took years back, and they passed the exam. But because some fraudulent hands came in through fraudulent means, so many of them are being asked to retake that exam. You can imagine sometimes when you take these exams after some years, You might not even be in the right position to start rewriting. Maybe you took this exam when you were a spinster, and now you are married with children and so much around you, and you are being asked to go and retake it. You can imagine that, because of this news of forgery coming from Nigeria. And yesterday, I equally pointed out that a student who applied to a university for admission was told that the university has stopped processing anything that has to do with admission from citizens coming from Nigeria and 2 other countries that they added. So you can imagine how Nigerians are being affected by this news. So it's a lot for those of us who think it's all about tribe, it's all about religion. No, I think we have graduated from that. We've gone beyond that. Let's call a spade if we really want to rescue Nigeria, because this matter has been there for years. Nobody summoned the courage. We should even praise Atiku for having taken this step. I know that he had the backup of the obedience that were there to encourage him, because I must tell you that the obedient family, they've done a lot for Nigeria. They've helped, as in, to unfold so many things that have been lying there. People didn't even get to know what the Constitution what the Constitution says as regards to our election. And each time an election is conducted, you go to court, they will give all kinds of judgment, and people will just like accept it, and then we'll just move on. But we've graduated from that stage, because a group of Nigerians are saying enough is enough. And we must give kudos to them. They've really tried. Even in this article's case, don't forget that David Hundeyin is the key person playing the role, as in he's the main person beating this drum that so many people are dancing today. I mean, the PDP. They had their press conference yesterday, but I tell you, even they gave kudos to David Hundeyin, because he has done a lot. And he's still on this case. Don't forget, he took the FBI to court, forcing them to release documents that has to do with the sitting president of Nigeria. Initially, they said they weren't going to do it, that he was a private citizen. Now he's a public citizen because he's the president. David Hundeyin is on it. And the FBI and other agencies in the US, they've decided that they are going to start releasing the documents of the sitting president this month. This month, every month, they'll be releasing 500 pages. So get ready to read every month. And for 5 months, they are going to give us 2,500 pages. Nigerians, this is not really good for us as a country, honestly. These politicians, I don't know. The desperation is even where it is really bothering me. Why is it that people want to get, even when they know that, oh my God, even when they know Nigerians don't want them, they force themselves. We saw what INEC did. INEC just helped. INEC is even the one to really be held responsible for what is happening today in Nigeria, because the role they played during this election wasn't okay. So, guys, these are just some of the updates I felt I should share with you guys. Don't forget, Dr. Tell will be coming up here by 9 p.m. So do well to join us, because he has some information to share with us more, so that we get to know what is happening in Nigeria. And with enough information, we'll be able to break this, will I call it, stronghold of these old politicians who do not really want to give way for Nigeria to breathe. I think Nigeria really has to breathe. For Africa to be great, Nigeria must be great. And that is just what we are fighting for. So thank you for joining me. Do well to join us again shortly. And God bless you for being a part of this live stream. Bye.